everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling the biggest question in tech. Should you buy an iPhone? Whether you're Team Android considering a switch or an iPhone user looking for an upgrade. This video breaks down everything you need to know. We'll cover the real reasons to buy one with one reason that could save you hundreds of dollars. But real quick, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to keep yourself updated on technology. Now, let's dive in. Let's start with the biggest selling point, the Apple ecosystem. And no, I'm not talking about some marketing buzzword here. This is genuinely unmatched in the industry. When you own an iPhone along with other Apple devices, everything just works together seamlessly. Start writing an email on your iPhone while you're on your commute, and then get home, finish that on your MacBook Air. Copy something on your iPad, then paste it on your iPhone. Your AirPods also automatically switch between devices based on what you're using. There's also FaceTime calls that can be handed off between devices mid-conversation, and iMessage keeps all of your conversations synced across every device with features like AirDrop, making sharing files between Apple devices ridiculously easy. Photos taken on your iPhone instantly appear on your Mac and iPad through iCloud Photos. It's just so simple. For people who value this kind of seamless integration between devices, especially if you already own a Mac, iPad, or whatever, anything Apple, this becomes the logical choice. The ecosystem isn't just convenient, it fundamentally changes how you work and stay productive across multiple devices. Let's now start with the reasons to avoid the iPhone, with number one being the price premium. Let's be honest, folks, iPhones are expensive and they're getting more expensive every year. The iPhone 17 Pro Max starts at nearly $1,200. Even the base iPhone 17 starts at almost $800, and that's before you add any storage upgrades. Thankfully, Apple has finally admitted that 128 gig for a base phone is just silly at this point, so everyone starts at $256. But still, that's a lot of cash. Also, here's a huge deal you have to realize: you're getting small bumps of improvements in terms of hardware. In many cases, there are Android phones at half the price that offer better cameras, faster charging, higher refresh rate displays, and even more RAM than entry-level iPhones. Apple knows they have brand loyalty and ecosystem lock-in, so they can charge premium prices. But if you're not already invested in the Apple ecosystem, that premium becomes really hard to justify when you look at what the competition offers. Reason number two, Apple's ecosystem limits you a lot. So if you like having control over your device, the iPhone can feel incredibly restrictive. Apple's iOS is a closed ecosystem, which means you're limited to what Apple allows. You can't set default apps for everything. You can't customize your home screen beyond moving icons and adding widgets. You can't install apps from outside the App Store. You can't access the file system the way you can on Android. So for power users, developers, or anyone who likes to tinker with their device, this feels like using a computer with parental controls permanently enabled. Android gives you root access, custom ROMs, alternative app stores, and full control over your device's functionality. And let's not forget about repairability. Apple actively works against third-party repairs with parts pairing, software locks, and proprietary screws. If something breaks, you're often forced to go to Apple for expensive repairs. This lack of control extends to how you maintain and fix your own device. If freedom and customization matter to you, Android is objectively the better choice. Reason number three, terrible value proposition, and here's where things get interesting. New iPhones have terrible value for money, but the second-hand market tells a completely different story. A brand new iPhone loses significant value the moment you walk out the store. A $1,000 iPhone might be worth $600 to $700 within a year. That's a 30 to 40% depreciation in just 12 months. But there's a flip side. This creates an incredible second-hand market where you can buy an iPhone that's 1 or 2 generations old for 40 to 50% less than retail, and it'll still receive software updates for years. So this is like a mix of yes and no, because if you're buying new, you're getting terrible value. But if you're smart, you buy a second-hand one, you can get a premium device with years of support left at a fraction of the cost. The second-hand market for iPhones is robust, trustworthy, and offers genuine flagship experiences at mid-range prices. Just make sure you check the battery health and buy from reputable sellers or refurbished programs. Just because it has an Apple logo doesn't mean that it's still made of the same parts. And last but not the least, let's address the elephant in the room that I briefly touched on a while ago. Apple, being Apple, hasn't truly innovated in years. Each new iPhone feels like an incremental update rather than a revolutionary device. So you get a slightly better camera, slightly faster processor, maybe a new color. I mean, the iPhone 16 looks almost identical to the iPhone 12, which came out 2020? We're talking about 5 years of nearly identical design language. At the same time, Android manufacturers, and hey, there's a lot of them, are experimenting with foldable phones, rollable displays, under-display cameras, advanced cooling systems, satellite connectivity in mid-range devices, and aggressive fast charging technology. Some Android phones can charge to 100% in under 20 minutes, can you believe that? Compared to an iPhone that would usually take hours just to get to 80. So if you're someone who gets excited about new technology and wants to be on the cutting edge, the iPhone and Apple simply hasn't innovated in many years. But of course, we gotta answer the question, should you buy an iPhone late 2025? It's the Christmas season, right? Well, the answer is it's very subjective. Buying new can be very pricey, which could create buyer's remorse later on. But if you're already in the ecosystem, it might be worth it. However, and this is important, if you're considering an iPhone, the second-hand market is where the real value is. You can get a fantastic device with years of support left at a fraction of the retail price. But now, what do you think? Are you team iPhone, team Android, maybe something else? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more honest, practical tech reviews. I'll see you in the next one.